used to believe that if something wasn't hard, if it didn't hurt, if it didn't push me to my breaking point, then it probably wasn't making me grow. And for a long time, that belief felt noble, strong even. But no one tells you what that mindset slowly does to you. No one talks about the price you pay when you only measure growth through pain. If you've ever felt exhausted, but told yourself, this is just part of becoming better, this video is for you. Here's something we don't realize until it's already shaping our lives. What you believe about growth becomes the filter you see your entire life through. I believed growth only came from intense, difficult situations. So without realizing it, I chased them. I threw myself into pressure, into chaos, into constant discomfort. Not because I enjoyed suffering, but because I thought that's where progress lived. And maybe you've done this too. Overworking, never resting without guilt, staying in situations that drain you because you think, this is how I become stronger. But let me ask you something quietly honest. At what point does growth turn into self-abandonment? I didn't notice it at first. I just felt tired, unmotivated, disconnected. I told myself I was building resilience, but what I was really building was depression disguised as discipline. And that's a dangerous place to be. Because when pain becomes your proof of progress, you stop listening to the parts of you that are asking for care. You start ignoring the signals, the exhaustion, the numbness, the quiet voice saying, this is too much. And the worst part, you feel guilty for even feeling that way. Here's what changed everything for me. Growth doesn't only happen when you're pushed. It also happens when you're supported. Think about it. Muscles don't grow during the workout. They grow during rest. But mentally, we act like rest is weakness, like ease is laziness. So we keep pushing, even when nothing inside us feels alive anymore. Real growth isn't about constantly surviving hard things. It's about becoming someone who knows when to push and when to protect their own energy. Here's a reframe that helped me. Sometimes the hardest thing isn't doing more, it's doing less without feeling like you're falling behind. It's choosing consistency over intensity. It's choosing peace over proving something. For some people, growth looks like waking up at 5 a.m. and grinding. For others, growth looks like finally sleeping 8 hours without guilt. Both count, but only if they're aligned with who you actually are. Self-love isn't bubble baths or motivational quotes. It's a practice. It's asking yourself, is the way I'm pushing myself actually helping me, or am I just repeating a pattern I learned a long time ago? Self-love is knowing that you don't need to suffer to deserve progress, that you don't need to be at rock bottom to be allowed to change, that you're allowed to grow from a place of safety, not just survival. Here's something subtle but powerful. When you stop chasing growth through pain, you start noticing growth through clarity. You make better decisions, you stop burning bridges with yourself, you stop living like everything has to be a battle, and slowly, you don't feel so lost anymore. Not because life got easier, but because you stopped making it harder than it already is. So, if you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Growth isn't about how much you can endure. It's about how well you can take care of yourself while you're becoming someone new. You don't have to destroy yourself to evolve. You don't have to earn rest through suffering. You don't have to prove your worth through pain. Try this tonight, just once. Ask yourself, what would growth look like if it didn't hurt you? And start there. We don't need to be perfect. We just need to be a little kinder to ourselves as we keep moving forward.